I understand that societal norms are changing. It's generally frowned upon to twist a 4-year-old. So we're going to get into the top 5 creepiest examples of Joe Biden. And by the way, this is not a new thing for Republicans. And I think we can bring up an overlay here of all the sources that have talked about Flores.
Oh, wow.
If you search at louderwithcreditor.com, we wrote 5 years ago about the top 5 creepiest moments for Joe Biden. So Republicans, conservatives have known about this for a long time. It was ignored. No one cared about it. They were too busy accusing Brett Kavanaugh of running Quaalude rape gangs. So he did, to be fair, he did just issue a statement on Twitter not long before taping the show where he said, I realize that social norms are changing, but I hear you. Hold on a second. Are they really changing that much? No. So before we get into the top 5 examples, for context, here's a dramatization of exactly how Vice President Joe Biden allegedly behaved. Hello, Miss Flores. And for legal liability purposes, I couldn't use an actual woman in this reenactment.
Okay, action.
What's that perfume? Yeah, don't spoil it. We spared no expense. And again, I'm not saying that the guy's a rapist. I don't think that's the case. So I don't just want this to be inconsistent. But I am saying that he behaves in a creepy enough way that it would make most women, their spouses, their parents, very uncomfortable. Lest you think that we're making this up, we have video evidence of all of this. So creepy moment number 5. This is, it's tough to pick a sequence, but we'll just start with this. Ash Carter's wife. Here you go.
As well, for their trust and confidence. I've got a lot of thanks to give out here.
Look at this.
First and foremost to my perfect wife,
Pull
Stephanie.
her to your side.
First off, look at she's looking away at one point. He realizes the cameras are on him.
That's so creepy.
He knows the cameras are on him. He just can't help himself. he's.
I gotta get in there, you know.
I get mine, Larry. He doesn't care.
Your husband's distracted.
It's compulsive.
Oh my
It also just shows you, imagine no conservative would act that way with a camera on them because of the torch and pitchfork mob.
Oh, God.
It just shows, he knows that no one was going to call him on this.
way.
Again, doesn't mean he's a rapist, doesn't mean that's sexual assault, probably made her very uncomfortable. By the way, hit the notification bell, join at louderwithcreditor.com/mugclip if you haven't already. Get the daily show and the entire lineup. Subscribe on iTunes, leave us a rating, and bookmark this page because subscriptions don't really mean a whole lot anymore. Anyway, okay, we'll move on. There's 4 more clips. Creepy moment number 4.
Could have been 100.
Again, these have been hard to, it could have been 100.
Yeah.
Senator Chris Coons. Let's just go with Senator Chris Coons' daughter. Here you go.
Thank you.
Watch. Okay, now.
Pull away.
Watch the pull. Look at that. Look at that. Look at she literally bobs her head like a cockatiel. Just. She's so she's only 13.
Oh my gosh. But it sounds like she was warned too. She knew when he came in. Like she actually started pulling away the moment he touched her.
It looked to me like she was uncomfortable with what he said. Before he kissed her, he was mouthing something. And he's like, I don't think you should be saying. And then he goes in. So here's the thing. She was ready for the kiss.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a jerk. It was we call it in boxing a bob and weave. You know, it's like, okay, the punch just kind of slips.
Right.
She just cradled it. She just cradled and it never really got her.
Too, but with a girl that I was dating.
Which means she must have been tipped off. In this case, she must have known what was happening. Yeah. Well, I think when you add up the totality of the evidence.
Your Honor.
At least one dad should kick his ass.
Well, of course, yes. So
here you go. Here's a creepy moment number 3, and then we kind of had to pick one because he's done this multiple times. Fondling little girls' chests. Great. Watch this. The girl reacts. Watch. She pulls away. His hand drifts over. And no. She pulls away.
Someone go behind. He does it again.
He does it again. Now I don't know if it's deliberate, but at a certain point, ignorance is not a defense. And here's the thing: picture if that happened. Any kind of a gathering, baptism, I don't know, a wake, some kind of a funeral, right? You're out at a family event, and something like that happened.
Yeah.
It would be the sole point of conversation at dinner that night. Everyone, did you see what Uncle Joe did? Yeah, I know. He was touching that teenager's t-. It would be the dinner table conversation because of how creepy it is. My point is, I don't know if any crime was committed here. I certainly don't think it constitutes rape. But Isn't it creepy enough, especially if we're going to use the standard from today's left? And I don't even think you need to use their standard. I think you need to use the standard of common decency. Don't touch little girls' nipples.
Just remember, Stephen, that standards have changed over the last few years.
I understand that societal norms are changing. It's generally frowned upon to twist a 4-year-old.
Don't try to put him back into that time frame. Just a few years ago. Sorry. Yeah.
Everyone's uptight about it now just because I give some guy's wife a hickey at a Senate hearing. I mean, just really,
my gosh.
To me, it's enough. All right, creepy moment number 2. Again, we're just let's go with this one. Senator Jimrish's daughter.
Can I go with Jess alone? Very good.
Gosh.
She's so creeped out.
Look at here.
Oh.
Okay, you ever see the movie The Lovely Bones? No? Where it's the pedophile guy?
So.
Yeah.
Be polite.
Yeah.
That's the only rule, always be polite. That's the kind of thing when you watch these creepy films where someone shouldn't be touching a kid in a way that they're touching them, they brush the hair back like that. It is it is intensely uncomfortable. By the way, he singles out the young girl, too.
Yeah.
This is something you'll notice as a trend. And the dad, by the way, joking about standing too close. It shows that they're already uneasy about the situation.
Yeah.
What you can see with this is not only how they react, but you can see how they kind of try to preempt this because they know it's coming. It's well known that this is how Joe Biden acts around women, both young and old. Okay, so creepy moment. This one, to me, deserved the number 1 spot. Is it Kelly? Is it Ayoade? Ayoade? I don't know how to pronounce the name. These are sometimes I realize I only read the names. I don't say them out loud. Okay, his daughter, and here's why. Because this one goes on for so long that we actually had to put it in fast forward and put a creepy timer up on the board. Otherwise, it would take the whole show. Here you go.
Okay.
See you, beautiful child.
All right,
There you go. It already starts off. Okay, sniffing. No boys until you're 32. Now look. He puts his hands in her mouth. He's fish hooking her.
Oh, that's illegal.
Look at this. Now he goes back. We're minute 9. Goes back. He's grabbing her hair. He follows her. She's clearly trying to get away.
Daddy,
She's clearly trying to get away. She's holding him. She's holding her face like this. Look, it's the leather strap in the Green Mile pulling her back to the chair. It is so creepy. And by no serious guys until you're 31. Who looks at a little girl and thinks about dating?
That's sad.
And by the way, again, pays zero attention. There's a boy there.
Yeah, no,
zero attention. It's like a reverse Michael Jackson syndrome.
Yeah. At the very least, he's not gay, I don't think.
No, if he were like a grandfatherly figure or uncle figure who just really liked kids, you'd expect there to be a friendly interaction with the boys. Well, and here, that would also be a way to look and go, okay, how does he interact with young men? There are some guys, and this is the thing I'm talking about. I know everyone has family members. You have family members who maybe kiss people on the cheek, kiss people on the lips, depending what your lineage is. I know a lot of Italian people are very affectionate.
Yeah.
But Joe Biden acts this way with other professionals or complete strangers. This is what matters here. And you would be able to see a pattern if you'd see with little boys, like, hey, how you doing? You know, kind of pop them on the chin or grab their shoulders, give them a bear hug. But you don't see that. You see him gravitate toward the women, toward the little girls, sniff them, touch their bosoms. It is unbelievable to me. And some people are calling him out, great, on the left. Others are excusing him. But in contrast to Kavanaugh, where the left, they completely united, despite no real evidence, they wanted to ruin the guy's career. On the right, again, we are trying to be as consistent as possible here. We're all saying that his behavior is inappropriate, creepy enough that it would warrant a father, husband, spouse, boyfriend, kicking an ass. Now, here's the big difference, though. And not only the difference between how they treated Kavanaugh, right? They accused him of Quaalude gang rape.
Yeah.
Right? Along with, Ford basically accused him of also trying to rape her in a place that could not be verified at a time that wasn't consistent with people who weren't even there. Kind of like Joe Biden when he talked about things on the campaign trail. I will go to Amy's Diner. You've never been there. It doesn't exist anymore. Hasn't been there for 30 years. And you never spoke with the Pope. He just makes stuff up. He makes stuff, and he's just this just happens. And I don't think it's deliberately lying, just like I don't think there's any malice here. But the big difference between what Joe Biden has done, not nearly as egregious as rape, okay?
Right.
Not nearly as severe as the accusations against Brett Kavanaugh. The difference is Joe Biden did it. And he still does it. So people can say, well, hold on a second. Are you saying it's as bad to fondle a young girl's chest that just makes her... Are you saying that's as bad as gang rape? No. Well, then you'd have to say Kavanaugh's worse. No, because there's no proof. Yeah. What matters more is the person who did it is the person guilty. And as it relates to deserving at least a firm ass kicking from a dad, Joe Biden is guilty. Believe your lying eyes. Okay, if you like this video, you watch videos on YouTube. If I were Jimmy Kimmel, if I were Stephen Colbert or Trevor Noah, I would tell you to subscribe. But I have no corporate overlords who demand that I do this demeaning promo. I do the demeaning promo because I choose to. Subscribe or hit the notification bell because I need you. I need you. Please do it.